Today's readings focus my thoughts on dying as a cycle of life. St. Lawrence, whom we're celebrating today, certainly faced death with bravado that I would ascribe to deep faith, an unwavering belief that this is not the end, but rather the beginning. It is said that as he lay roasting on the fire, he quipped to his tormentors something like, "I'm done on this side, turn me over." It's no wonder that he's the patron saint of comedians as well as firefighters. Faith and death are impeccably connected, at least for me, as I need this connection to face my life. August 8th marked the 63rd anniversary of death of a dear friend, ironically named Lawrence, at the age of 20. It was clearly on my mind as I did these readings about dying. I recall what may be considered a random act of faith before he entered the military, so about a year before he died, when he went to the shrine of Our Lady of La Salette, and climbed the steps to Mary on his knees. It seemed uncharacteristic of him at the time, and I often wondered what motivated him. I remarked about this once to a mutual friend, and a rather cynical response was, "What good did it do him? He died." Apparently, the belief is that if you pray, you won't die. Rather, we may need to recognize that only with faith and prayer can we face the death of our mortal being. Maybe, just maybe, his action provided some newfound faith for him that brought him closer to Jesus. Maybe, just maybe, in the seconds of his accident when he died, he found comfort in the arms of Mary and Jesus. I truly believe that it made a difference. Amen, amen, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains just a grain of wheat. But if it dies, it produces much fruit. One of these faith stories that filled my heart a couple of years ago involved the death of a very young man uh, uh, that produced much fruit. It was a tragic sudden death that left a father heartbroken, and yet, because the young man was at a Jesuit university, the father found himself surrounded by Jesuits who provided great comfort. Not unlike St. Ignatius, the father found transformation through the tragedy, and his life has taken on new meaning and direction. The young man was an organ donor, and his lungs gave renewed life to a man who then generously donated money for a home by a large medical center that would support families in their struggles, and named the home in honor of this young man. Aside from to the side, there is a book called All My Tomorrows, a story of tragedy, transplant, and hope. That was also a basis for a Netflix movie called A Hearts. The father left a great paying job to return to college, and he completed a master's in theology and teaches that at the Jesuit High School for young men. Thus, the domino effect of all the good that emerged from this tragedy is ongoing to this day. Faith is alive and well as a legacy lives on. The seed that died produced and continues to produce abundant fruit through many other lives saved, families finding refuge, young men being mentored in faith, and a book and a movie touching millions of lives. Truly amazing. We will not ever be free from tragedy and hurt while we walk this earth, but we will never have to face that hurt alone. We're always in the arms of our Father and comforted by our loving Mother and the numerous angels on earth. The ordinary people who cross our lives share their stories, listen to ours, and together our lives are changed forever. Amen.